Welcome everyone to another video. Today I decided to take a look once again at Draconia because the dragon games are a genre that is not quite fully developed yet compared to the dinosaurs and animals, and I really wanted to know what exactly is Draconia. I've played it once and that was the only time, but I didn't really grasp what the game was all about. And because today we had a pretty cool update where they added a new dragon, I decided to take that time to play Draconia fully for at least 1 hour. But before we jump into the gameplay, I do want to give you guys a little bit more of information. I wanted to know why people were not playing Draconia. So for that I decided to do a little bit of research on YouTube. So I decided to search just for Draconia to see what would pop up in the search history. And as you can see, while we're scrolling down, there is not really anything related to Draconia. But as soon as we scroll a little bit more down, now we were able to see the first Draconia video that was made 3 years ago. But if we kept scrolling down, the only videos that would pop up was either from music, my channel, or even Draconia's official YouTube channel. So this time I decided to search for Draconia Dragon Game. And here it's when we got better results. But one thing that stood out for me was that all of these videos were about almost 1 to 2 years old, and in some cases 5 to 11 months old. So why isn't there any recent Draconia videos? And as soon as you start to scroll down, YouTube will start to recommend you other dragon games such as Days of Dragon. So I decided to filter out videos that were published this month on YouTube about Draconia. And you can probably guess that there were not really that many videos. The recent one that we found was published 13 days ago. I then decided to take a look at the Steam page. It had surprisingly good reviews compared to Days of Dragons. Draconia launched in 2022, so this means that it's being developed for 2 years, but the game is still on alpha. So why aren't people playing and content creators making more videos about Draconia? Well, for me, I found the answer. This game was not a dragon survival game, but rather MMORPG. And some of you might be asking, so what's the problem then? Well, when I played Draconia, my mindset was ready for a dragon survival game. A game that you would be able to fight, survive, and dominate the skies, and not an actual MMO. Hello guys, Editor Kato here once again. So when I started to play Draconia, I kind of forgot to hit record. So when I noticed it, we were already, let's say, 10 minutes into the video. So a lot of things happened that I'm not gonna be able to show you guys. I do apologize. To summarize, I basically jumped into the game. I do have to say the customization and the soundtrack of this game is just super good. But once I spawned in, I was completely confused on what to do. Because this was an MMO, but there was no map. There was no way of you knowing where to do the quests, where to gather. So I decided to reach out for the people that were playing. And FYI, Draconia launched a new dragon, so you guys will see me play as a dragon. And I'm pretty sorry for you guys who missed out the customization. But without further ado, let's continue the video. To understand better this game, I had to ask help on global chat to try and get around my first obstacle, which was comprehending what Draconia really was. Because like I said in the beginning, for me I thought this was basically a dragon survival game. I had no information whatsoever about Draconia, and I do have to be honest with you guys. A MMO and a survival game are pretty different. They might feel the same, but they are pretty different. And I do have to admit that when I asked for help in global chat, people welcomed me pretty good, showing that the community is nice. But in this case, I got lucky that there was somebody willing to teach me the ropes, called Corvus. So without any delay, we departed. Immediately, you could tell that Draconia was actually a beautiful dragon game. So why aren't people playing this game? There was something that probably I was missing. But for now, let's focus on the quests. This is how you get quests in Draconia. You have to find these stones with some glowing horns that if you approach them, depending on the stone, they will give you different quests, giving you XP and making you level up, making your dragon bigger, stronger, and faster. There are a lot of things that you can do in Draconia, but I'm not gonna really talk about that because that might be something for a different video. I just want to focus a little bit more on how the game works and showcasing to you guys. We arrived at stone number 2, giving us a different quest for this area. Now for the past few minutes, we were just flying around trying to find these stones so that I could do the quest and level up pretty fast and then of course become a bigger dragon. But I do have to be honest, I am not really a quest guy. And although I'm learning the ropes and understanding now what to do when you jump into Draconia, I couldn't really shake this sensation of just flying around, exploring, and discovering new places. This game almost reminds me of Path of Titans. But for now, I decided to commit and learn how the game works and try to discover new things that I didn't really knew about this game. We continue our quest in search of the materials and in search of ways of leveling up. Unfortunately for me, I got distracted by a few rocks, which I lost sight of Corvus, but eventually I managed to find him. After finding the third rock, Corvus told me that there's two ways of leveling in Draconia. You could do the quests, or you can kill some crabs that are around this beach that can also give you XP. And this is just me being me. I decided to try and do this all alone, because after all, I've played a few MMOs and I know a little bit on how to grind. I still needed to get used to the PvP, and because I was all alone, I needed to be very careful not to die. For the past few 10 minutes, I was grinding my quest in search of crabs and of clams. I couldn't really find any clams, so please, if you guys play Draconia, tell me where I can find these clams so I can do this quest. But I eventually just searched the sand piles and killed some crabs and managed to hit, for the first time, level 2. After that, I kinda gave up on the clams quest and killing crabs, and I decided to finish my other quest, which was gathering wood and gathering stones. It was a little bit tedious at the beginning, but you can actually do these quests pretty fast. You can find basically stones and wood practically everywhere else, making these two beginner quests pretty easy. And we were already at level 4. And something that I noticed and discovered is that you don't really need to do the quest to get XP. You can basically farm everything that you see throughout the maps, making us quote unquote cheese the XP farm. But unfortunately, like any MMO, you get tired of doing quests. And that's exactly what we did. I do have to be honest. Draconia is a beautiful game, just like any other game. But doing quests is not really my style. I am more into survival games. This might be the reason why people are not playing this game, or there might be something that I don't really know about the story of Draconia that people do. I did play dinosaur games, I do play animal survival games, but I never played the genre of dragons. What makes people play dragon games? Is it because you're playing as your favorite mythical animal? Is it because you can fly through the skies and through the clouds? Is it because you can actually feel on your skin how it would be to survive as an actual dragon? Sadly, I don't really know the answer, and hopefully you guys can give me one. But as I was exploring the map, I found pretty cool places such as these ones, and also maybe upcoming bosses or monsters. And I've read through a couple of comments on my Wings of Dawn video where people were expressing their concerns in the dragon community or the dragon genre. And I do understand, because like some animal survival games, they tend to either be a scam, show up and then disappear, or even succeed but eventually becoming a dead game. It's those lucky few who are able to survive. And I'm not here talking about Draconia. I'm here talking about the animal genre overall. Because what you will come to see is that there will be always that beautiful animal survival game that's gonna come out, but you don't really know if it's gonna make it, if it's not gonna succeed, or even if it will be updated frequently. But going back to Draconia, I was really enjoying my time flying around and seeing and discovering new places. So I couldn't really understand why people were not really playing Draconia. Was it because it didn't have any exposure? Was it because it was an MMO and not really a dragon survival game? Or was there something that I didn't really knew about the game? The objective of this video was to simply play Draconia for 1 hour. Really play it for 1 hour to understand what the game is all about. Because in the beginning, I didn't really have any idea and any information about this game. And I also wanted to know, why did people prefer Days of Dragon than Draconia? Because after all, compared to the dinosaur industry and the animal survival games, you don't really have enough dragon games out there. And why aren't content creators making more videos about Draconia? We don't even need to talk about Draconia because there are also other animal survival games out there that don't really get enough attention. But throughout this 1 hour of gameplay, I ended up understanding a little bit on how Draconia actually works and a little bit of their objective, and I will do a little bit more of investigation. But as of right now, I do want to know your guys' opinion on Draconia and dragon games. Do you guys enjoy? Do you guys ever knew about Draconia, or is this your first time hearing about this game? And I know that this video is probably a little bit different from what I'm used to make, but I did want to do a little bit more of investigation and shine the spotlight a little bit more to Draconia, because as you can see, it is beautiful, it has potential just like any other game. But will it succeed? We will never know. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you will check out Draconia, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you guys are not yet subscribed. And I'll catch you guys in a next video. Peace.